Hey, everybody out there. Welcome to another music class, 30 lessons in 30 days over here at Know Nothing Music. I'm trying my best to hit my quota by April 25th, having 30 videos out. So we're going to do 3 videos today and probably 2 the next couple days to try to hit that 30 lessons in 30 days quota. I also left my headphones on for this one. Don't know why. Maybe it's because they're warm and cozy or something like that. Anyway, let's run with it. Today, we're going to be talking about the philosophy of improvising music versus writing music. So let's just get right into it. I'm sure if you've been in a jam situation before where you're improvising together versus a rehearsal situation where you're practicing songs that have been written or composed, that there's the possibility of a good feeling and a bad feeling happening. In both situations, if things are clicking and things are sounding good, things are feeling good, you're going to have a good feeling. Now, if things aren't clicking, if you're not on the same page, if there's communication issues and things just sound bad, you're going to have a bad feeling. This is the same across improvising and writing. It's not just in a group scenario as well. I have a lot of experience with improvising and I have a lot of experience with writing. And when things are firing on all cylinders and there's chemistry with yourself or with whoever, it's a good feeling regardless of whether it's an improvised situation or a writing situation. Why is that? I mean, a lot of my students, when I'm teaching them these things, or I guess just common sense maybe would tell you that they're totally different things because one is writing, you're making a plan here, and the other is improvising, and you're not making a plan here. In my opinion, and the way I like to teach this, is they actually have more in common than they do not in common. Let's cover the things that they have in common versus the things that are different. First of all, what the most important thing that they have in common between the two is that there's nothing happening and then there's something happening. Okay, with improvising, you're allotted like almost no time. It's happening, the notes come in, the chords going by, and you have to improvise something over it and make something up. With writing, there's still nothing going on, but then you're allowed to think about it, but still there's nothing going on, and then at a certain moment, something has been created, and that's it. Okay, so they're basically what I'm really saying is both are kind of writing and both are kind of improvising. With writing, I mean, with improvising, you're making up something, and it's going to be played into the airwaves, and for better or for worse, you've written or created something. And with writing, there is a moment that something hasn't been made up, and then you have to make a decision in a moment to make something up, and in a way, that's improvised. But what's different about them? There's only one difference if we're simplifying this lesson between the two, is the amount of time allotted. In that, in writing, you can take a year to come up with something. You can take a 16th of a second. You can take a second. You can take 5 minutes. You can take an hour. There's almost no amount of time eventually you have to finish the thing that you're writing. But there's been composers before that started a piece when they were 10 years old and they finished it on their deathbed. I'm working on an album right now, and then a lot of the riffs and the chord progressions, they were made with bands 10 years ago. I mean, it's not the same song. It changed it enough and it's not the same lyrics. I wasn't the singer in those bands, but I've taken chord progressions and changed them a little bit, edited them, sat on them, things like that, and I've made it into a different song because of the amount of time allotted. With improvising, you are not allotted that time. Even if it's the slowest song in the world, you're going to have less than half a second to make a decision. With a fast song, it's going to be much less than that. But if you look at the two wings of the same bird and two sides of the same coin kind of deal that we're talking about here, improvising and writing, in my opinion, have way more in common than they do different. The different is very nuts and bolts. We kind of just said it. It's the amount of time allotted. Now, one thing that you will notice if you are experienced with both writing and improvising is that the best improvising sounds like it's written, and the best writing sounds like it's improvised. The best writing, it sounds fresh, it sounds new, it sounds creative, it sounds dynamic. And the best improvising sounds like it's been organized ahead of time. Like, how'd you come up with that right there? It's because these are two wings of the same bird. It's two sides of the same muscle. I was about to say the wrong thing. In my opinion, you're working the same muscle, but it's almost like you're taking a rep, you're doing a push-up extremely slow, or extremely fast. It's still a push-up, but it's a different, it's just at a different speed. It's kind of what we said already. So don't know too much more about what I want to say about this class other than don't consider them to be different things. Consider them to be two wings of the same bird. If you refine your improvising skills, usually your writing skills will increase as well. And if you increase your writing skills, usually your improvising will increase as well. If I have to pick one of the two that I would, if you want to work on one thing that is going to help you with both, I would say it's writing, because writing will allow you to get better at making a plan and executing it. With improvising, if your head isn't in the right spot, you'll kind of just puke all over the keyboard and move on with your day. If your ear isn't tuned in, if you don't really care that much, if you're going too fast, improvising will not help your writing as much as writing will help your improvising. Now, if you're in the right frame of mind and you're learning to slow down and really try to express simple ideas rather than just like vomit all over the keyboard or the guitar, improvising will help a lot with writing. But with writing, you actually have to look at your work, evaluate it, edit it. Edit it is very hard to say today for some reason. Need more coffee. But yeah, it's two sides of the same coin. They have a lot in common. In common is that there's nothing happening, then there's something happening. The difference between the two of them is the amount of time allotted, which is basically infinite or up to a lifetime with writing, and it's very, very small with improvising. But yeah, this is one of the things that, one of the things that I spend a lot of time on in one-on-one classes is getting into the philosophy of things. A big reason for that is because you can practice for 20 minutes in front of me, and that's not going to get you that much better because you need to put in hours as far as practicing and executing. But what will help you is me kind of framing things a different way and showing you how to philosophically approach different musical ideas. But yeah, there you have it. A pretty quick video right here about improvising versus writing, two wings of the same bird. If you're going to work on one thing to try to improve your general music creation skills, I would say it's writing. But once you've written something, work on improvising over it, making it sound fresh, making it sound fun, making it sound dynamic. But yeah, that's the video, 30 lessons in 30 days. We'll be back again tomorrow with some more stuff. Got to take some notes on what I want to kind of do next. But I think we're going to be able to get into almost all the music basics in my classes in 30 lessons, and we'll send this playlist out to people. But I don't know. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.